After almost 3 hours of nerve-grinding, white-knuckle boat handling in 6-foot waves from near Henderson Bay to Safe Harbor at the French Creek Marina, it's a tight-lipped Clark Wendelin that checks in for the final weigh-in. Yesterday's New York Invitational leader has only 3 bass, 2 short of the limit.
6 pounds, 2 ounces. Clark, would you show off a couple of fish? Now, there's lots of riding on these fish right here, $35,000. Now, we don't know what the people behind him's done, but that keeps him in the lead.
But any creel less than a 5 bass limit won't make the big money today. Davey Height's 10-pound, 13-ounce limit puts him in the hot seat. The South Carolina pro leads with 37 pounds, 5 ounces. Tom Mann Jr. of Georgia needs 11 pounds, 6 ounces to claim the lead. Almost. Tom's 5 ounces light, but moves into second place, worth $22,000. Kevin Van Dam of Michigan started this morning in 3rd place. He's got a chance to catch Davey Height.
And he has blown the top off of it. 15 pounds, 11 ounces. He's ahead in the tournament. Hold up some fish, Kevin Van Dam.
I knew the area that I'm fishing doesn't have a lot of big fish. You can just see they're all carbon copies, 3-pounders or whatever. And I knew that the only way I could win this tournament is if the wind was to blow. So I prayed for wind last night, and by golly, I think I got a little more than what I needed. And it was hard today because, the drifts I had to make were quite short to stay just in those zones, but that's what we did. We just kept drifting over these little key spots with, just drive out to my best spot, by the way, was number 13 on my GPS, lucky 13. So
the final standings. Kevin Van Dam with 41 pounds, 14 ounces, a winning margin of over 4 pounds. Davey Height finishes with runner-up honors, followed by Tom Mann Jr., Mike Lanier of North Carolina, and Robert Tucker of Texas, all with 15 bass tournament limits. Defending champion Rick Clunn ranks 7th, and Clark Wendelin drops to an 8th place tie. For sure, a good game plan for catching smallmouth bass pays off.
Smallmouth are totally different than a largemouth. They're a lot more aggressive in their nature. Because of that aggressive nature, you can use lures to really trigger that out of it. And the 2 best lures that I use to catch smallmouth with are a jerk bait and a burning a spinner bait. And the key thing is, though, is the speed and an erratic action. Even with a spinner bait, just a straight cast and retrieve doesn't catch money. You got to, jerk it and twitch it and flutter it and do a lot of different things with it. Smallmouth like that.
Right now, it's time for the Pros Pointer, the how-to section of the Bassmasters, brought to you by Wrangler Rugged Wear, geared for the outdoors.
In this tournament, I used a spinnerbait, a real heavy version with smaller blades on it, burning it over deeper water to catch a lot of my bigger smallmouth. A little tip that I can show you, so you don't have to buy a lot of new spinnerbaits like I've got a whole box full right here. You can take a regular, like this is a 1/2-ounce Strike King Pro model, and you get rubber core egg sinkers, little sinkers, and take the rubber out of them and just slide them on the hook. Then take a pair of pliers and crimp them down, and that way you can add weight to your spinnerbait, and that helps the bait stay down so you can reel it faster without it keeping to the top. Use this little tip right here, and it'll save you a lot of money, and it'll catch you a lot more smallmouth.
For more tips and techniques on how the pros catch bass, follow the Bassmasters next week to the James River and the Virginia Top 100 tournament. Figuring out a tidal river is an all-different game plan. Join us to learn why. See you all next week. The Bassmasters has been brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Berkeley Trilene, America's #1 selling fishing line. Lubramatic, we work weekends. Zebco Quantum, the top names in fishing. Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. Jerseys, American Activewear. Storm Lures, quality lures for taking the big ones by storm. Motor Guide, the choice of serious fishermen. Wrangler Rugged Wear, geared for the outdoors. And the Bass Angler Sportsman Society,